So I was just sitting on a bench here in New York, enjoying my halal guy's falafel platter, as one does because it's delicious. And as I'm sitting in the park here in New York City, these little birds just stroll up, twerking their necks back and forth, acting like they're cluck of the litter, and looking for a little hand-me-out, some expectations that I will give them food. I don't think they seem to realize that the rice I was eating was likely to expand in their stomachs and if cartoons are right, explode, so that wouldn't have been a good idea. But just in general, how did these birds get to be so sassy? Having the expectation that me as a human will give them the little bits of food that I do have just because I have it. You know, I'm starting to sound like a rich person who's attained lots of money and wealth and has access to boundless amounts of cash and resources, and then I'm looking down on the poorer individuals, the ones who have not had the luxury of getting access to these items, and then just scoffing at them like, oh, you should have worked harder. I know you're a bird, but why didn't you get a job and then work your way to the top and become a CEO and living in your penthouse so that you don't have to beg for food? So, you know, maybe I'm the problem, and maybe I need to change my perspective. Perhaps sharing is caring, and if I give food and show kindness to the little animals of the earth instead of scoffing at them and glaring at them and giving them the stink eye, perhaps then I will imbue myself with love and kindness to all the creatures roaming this earth, whether they be human, whether they be rat or mouse or pigeon, and perhaps that'll make me a happier person in general. Because what's a few pieces of rice or a few pieces of, well, not 4 pieces, but little drops of falafel if it means letting a bird have a meal for itself and its family? So maybe I was too rash, maybe I judged prematurely, maybe I made assumptions about what I really wanted, and perhaps I just want to have a philosophical discussion, me and those birds. I don't know what clucking would mean, but I could speculate. So, I am likely in the wrong here. I'm glad we had this moment of self-reflection, and here is the music of New York City. Sirens. Isn't it delightful? Well, feeling some rain, so I guess that's it for today. Peace.